Okay, we're not quite done here yet, actually. There is something that I've been putting off because I actually can't do it until right now. There is one more side quest. This side quest does not become available until after you've completed the key and spoken to Popola. So I really haven't had any opportunities. Doggies. Goodbye, dogs. I'm gonna bring Yona back and she's going to play with you and it's gonna be great! Same with the pigs. Sorry. What was... Right. There is one more side quest. It's only open right now. So obviously a very short window, and if you're...
he's leaving, isn't he?
If you're playing the game like a normal person, you probably won't even bother, you know, distracting yourself with this.
I'm sorry for all the trouble we caused you.
Everyone seems to be suffering.
Yeah, most of the villagers, as I said in the main video, now have different things to say to you as kind of a going away wishes. Best of luck.
They figured out where Yona is.
Talking about how you're about to finally set off and finish this quest that you've been on. I like the guy who apologizes for the whole village being an ass.
You wanna go play somewhere?
To your buddies. But the main purpose of this is to speak to Devila. She has magically teleported out of the library and she is back in her place. The magical stone. In the Forest of Myth. Yeah. This can only end in mass confusion. It's not so bad, though. This being the final side quest, it is one of the unique ones. It is one that you are awarded a weapon for, so you do kind of sort of have to do it. If you want to get all the endings.
Hang in there.
I sure will. But it's not bad. It does involve, a bit of an annoying backtracking, though. Anyway, our client is this lady. Newly sitting in front of this particular, previously abandoned house. She must have recently moved here. And I say this less because, this house was previously abandoned, and more because she's not wearing glasses. The other three people in the Forest of Myth all wear glasses. And I guess that they have, slightly different clothing. She's dressed more as somebody from the village than she is like the Forest of Myth people. And if I distract you from that conversation, she's saying that she is a fortune teller by trade, but doesn't have the fortune-telling orb, which, as you and I all, and everybody else knows, every fortune teller obviously needs to have. You can't be a fortune teller if you don't have a crystal ball. And she wants us to find her a crystal ball. But not just any crystal ball, this one actually has to be magical. And apparently Popola, at some point, learned all about crystal balls because she knows where this thing is. Speaking of, I have actually heard that you can trigger this quest by talking to Popola. I'm not really sure how that works. I'm not sure what her actual window of opportunity is in comparison to speaking to Devila and being told to go to the Forest of Myth. Maybe if you speak to Devila and then talk to Popola, she'll mention somebody? This is completely hearsay, though. I don't really know. But apparently she stalks magic crystal balls. And apparently they're just hanging out on the roof of the Lost Shrine. Okay. And again, as I mentioned before, the map in the back of her room, which previously had the entire world map on it, is now covered in writing. I think I might be making this up. It seems to me, in my, kinda... Right, okay, sorry. It seems to me that every time you complete an area, it gets more writing on it. That's what I meant. I completely forgot what kind of editing I did on this. Anyway, we need to get to the roof of the Lost Shrine. So I just loaded that save where we got to the roof of the Lost Shrine. Now, you can run around this roof all you want, you're not going to find the crystal ball. What you have to do is come over to this little corner that has never before had a reason to exist, and do some box puzzles. Oh yeah. And then you come into this section, and you can actually access a completely separate part of the roof. The only purpose of doing this is to get the Eye of Power, but I think it's pretty nifty. I also think it's pretty nifty, and I don't recall if I ever mentioned this. If I did, it was, back in like March or something, maybe April. All those blue blocks up here actually have scratch marks, which tell you where you're supposed to push them, which is completely unnecessary for one of them, but it gives you a good hint when you're looking around for this item that you can't otherwise find, that you're supposed to maneuver the box to a certain place and then figure it out from there. I think it's a nice touch. So what we're dealing with immediately is, of course, a giant mini-boss shade. Who just wrecked me right there, Jesus. He is one of the face cannon versions of the mini-boss shades. As you can see, his face is shaped like a cannon. And he's not really that tough. He's no tougher than the ones that are actually inside the shrine. Goes down nice and easy, drops a machine, gives you the Eye of Power. Why, it could produce accurate results. Astonishing for a fortune teller. While I was here, I also noticed that there were some shades spawning in a weird path, like up to the north there. That is actually the exterior part of the entrance up to the back of the Lost Shrine, like several stories below us. I didn't realize it was all part of one map. That's kind of neat. Anyway, we have our crystal ball, or the client's crystal, you know, whatever. We've got a shiny orb, so the only thing left to do is get it delivered to him. Again, this is really the most aggravating part of this quest. Not so much getting the orb, but knowing that you're going to have to climb the Lost Shrine, yet again, to get back to where you were before. It's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make, though. Anyway, we will of course be taking the express elevator down to the bottom. And we'll of course be taking the express elevator down to the bottom. Simple pleasures, I just love doing that. Anyway, it's basically just a hop, skip, and a jump over. I do kind of like the setup for these two jetties, I guess. They are literally across from each other. I like to think that the guy just pushes off with an oar and moves to the other side of the little river. Oh well. Now I make a decision to save here. For a very good reason. And that is because I had to attend to something extremely important. Yeah, no. Anyway, difficulty settings fixed.
Hey!
You can get a free fortune telling. No reason not to. It's free. I'd like to see what our fortunes are.
I've never seen anything like it. Shades!
In our dreams? What cheek!
Dreams?
I cannot believe that we were simply whisked off to some alien land.
Yeah, I guess.
This is... not quite what I was expecting from some palmistry, but okay. So I suppose, welcome, once again, to Shinjuku, Japan, circa 2049. What are we doing here and why? I don't know. How'd we get here? I don't know. Seems awful familiar, though. Now, if you've ever played a video game before, and I assume most of you have, you ought to know what we're actually doing back here. One of the main things that we've come to accomplish. And if these little guys would stop spawning, I would be able to get there. What? No, okay. In the corner, where we previously had Yona, is this our final side quest weapon, and one of the very few weapons that we are missing. the iron pipe. Yep. The iron pipe is a pretty standard one-handed sword, other than the fact that it is an iron pipe, and I really can't think of any reason that you wouldn't want to hit things in the face with a blood-rusted weapon. That said, it's nothing special. You might think that it being the mysterious weapon, so to speak, from the mysterious prologue, it might have some special properties, or it might be the one-handed weapon once you upgrade it completely. That's not the case. It is in fact quite mediocre. Although it's still better than your original sword, so I don't know what's going on with that. In fact, it's better than a lot of your early weapons. Huh. I guess you give Shades tetanus when you hit him with it. And out comes the big guy. This fella is, easy, as you can see by the health bar going down. But he's also the reason I had to mess with the difficulty before I came in here. Previously, I have tried to fight this thing on hard, and despite what you're seeing right here, he will absolutely destroy you. He is, without question, one of the toughest enemies in the game when you're on hard mode. Obviously, it's a moot point. He's nothing special on normal. You just have to whack him, and then finally, this bizarre little dream time is over. Anyway, that is our fortune-telling adventure. We got a rusted iron pipe from it. Hooray. Yeah, you do. It's okay.
What was that all about?
I don't know, but it gave me some serious deja vu.
Deja vu?
Like I'd been there before or something. That kind of thing. But at the same time, it felt like something was pushing down on my chest.
Well, it was just a dream. Best to put it out of your mind.
I am getting a progressively stronger feeling that these dreams are a little more than just dreams. But no need to dwell on that right now. Because having done that quest... Anyway, having completed that, we have reached the end of the side quest. That's it, no more. For real this time. All that remains now is the Shadow Lord's lair.